We spent a few weeks camped at Lake DeWeese, located just outside of Westcliffe, Colorado. Our time here was spent exploring the lake and surrounding areas. During this time, we encountered so much wildlife, from bald eagles and golden eagles who would dive into the lake to fish, to the herds of deer that moved throughout camp daily, to a family of fox that deemed us safe enough to spend hours playing just outside of our door. We truly loved our time at the lake. We thought that spring had fully arrived. However, we had a few surprise spring snowstorms. Our site was tucked into the trees, with a fantastic view of the Sangre De Cristo Mountains. We see why this area is so popular, and why we were so lucky to experience it without the crowds.
So today I am briefly going to touch on, some of the downsides of living in an RV. So we get to go awesome places and see beautiful things, and that is undeniable. And this is the way that we're able to do that. But our camper, and I believe that 90% of campers out there, are not exactly made to a high standard. So throughout our journey, we have had to repair many, many things. And so if you are the type of person that's interested in this and embarking on this journey, if you are not kind of, quote unquote, a handy person, or at least willing to just dig in and figure it out, you're probably going to have a bad time. Or you're going to spend a lot of time without the camper in your possession in somebody else's repair shop. So yesterday we had a really exciting breakfast. We were sitting around drinking coffee. The oven was not hot, but the oven exploded. And I'll insert a picture so that you can see what I mean by that. But really, they built the exterior of the oven door out of tempered glass, and I'd seen on some of the online forums where other people had had this issue before. But I thought that it was always after having driven down a rocky dirt road or something like that, and it just jarred it, and tempered glass is temperamental and will shatter. But we were just sitting there drinking coffee. The oven wasn't hot. Nothing happened. Nothing knocked anything. And the tempered glass just exploded. So we cleaned that up. and I'll show you what it looks like now. And today I'm going to work on creating a new exterior to the oven door, because I looked it up and a replacement door costs the same amount of money as a replacement oven. And this is the third major repair that I've had to do on this oven and stove that made it unoperable for at least some period of time. So not exactly the highest workmanship and quality on either the construction of the RV itself or the appliances in it. So let me flip this around and I'll show you what it looks like now. So this is our oven today. You can see the handle for the exterior of the oven is actually laying inside of it, and it's missing the entire exterior. So I went to the hardware store yesterday and bought some steel, and we are going to cut it down and make an exterior door out of it. We will lose the functionality of being able to see through the door, um, and it's probably not the best material from a heat conductivity standpoint, but there is an air gap and it should be fine, and it does not cost as much as a new oven. So I'll bring you along on the journey. So we're outside now. Gloves, because glass. Got to get the last bits of the glass out of the handle and off the other mounting brackets. So let's see how that goes. Inside down. So the handle's clear. I suppose one could be pretty upset about this. You know, it's a weekend. I'd rather be out hiking or doing something fun. But you can see from behind me, there are worse places to have to spend an afternoon outside working on fixing something. Well, that took a lot longer than I intended. But these two little metal brackets, if you can see those, are all that's holding the door, or all that were holding the glass door onto the oven. They're really attached to the glass with some sort of black silicone. It's a real pain to get it cleaned up enough to where I can probably glue the new thing that I'm making onto there. So if you look down into here, you can see the detritus of that work. It was probably took me 15 minutes. And then there is the piece of steel that will become the new door. So that is how we're going, and we'll see what happens next. So the other downside is you often don't have the tools you need. So today we're using an oscillating tool because that's the only thing I have that can cut through metal. Don't have all my shop with me, so we'll see how this goes. I've never really cut steel this thick with this type of blade. So here goes nothing. Very important to use highly professional clamps when gluing brackets. Well, it's not perfect, but it is done and installed and should work. Well, we did a thing.
We did a thing.
So this is the last time we're going to camp for a little while.
It is, yeah.
Um,
After a year and a half
yeah.
or so.
So we're all hitched up and ready to go. This has been a really awesome campsite. It's Lake DeWeese, looking at the Sangre De Cristo Mountains, and we just bought a house. We're all hitched up and we headed to our new home.